Sugar Reviews here. This is my first little message, or second message, because I have one after this, and then we'll get to the main meat of the video. But I just wanted to say, rest in peace to my friend Jose. He was my #1 supporter on here. He always pushed me to make videos. He always was the first to comment and like, and he always would give me video ideas. He'd make me edits. He'd make me thumbnails. He'd make me anything. Without me barely even asking, and he was just the perfect type of friend you'd want. And he's not here anymore, but I know he's watching down below, so every video I make is gonna be dedicated to him, because this really wouldn't be possible without him. He really pushed me to keep going and make videos, and I want to keep doing that in honor of him, because that's what he would want me to do. Yeah. Here I'm editing the video right now. I just wanted to quickly say a quick PSA from my personal opinion. Watch these Disney Plus shows. I know a lot of people that really aren't watching the shows, and they're just going to watch the movies, which is fine. You can do whatever you want, but these shows are just as important as the movies. There's a character from Falcon and Soldier that came into the Black Widow end credit scene. The person I was with didn't really know, Logan. He didn't know who it was because he didn't see the show, so I had to explain it to him. And Marvel was just right off the bat saying these shows are important. There's going to be characters crossing over. Loki just set up at least the next 3-4 years, maybe even 5 of Marvel in this finale. And it's important to watch. So if you guys are just watching, if you're my friend who just wanted to tune in and support me for a second, thank you. But I'm just letting you guys know, take some, a couple hours out of your day and just watch these shows. They're really important. On to the video. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Red Reviews here, back again with another video. I know it's been a while. I say this every time I try to come back, but Loki has given me a glorious purpose. Boo! No script. I know I said I want to start doing scripts, but it is literally 3:59 a.m. and tick 4 a.m. in the morning. Just got done watching the Loki show finale. Sorry, okay, I can't even speak. Okay, we went from June 2019 to July 2021 without a Marvel movie. Luckily, we had WandaVision and we had Falcon Winter Soldier, 2 very good shows. Falcon Winter Soldier, we got a new Captain America. WandaVision was just its own thing. We finally got the Scarlet Witch. But none of those shows really, besides Sam becoming Captain America and her becoming the Winter Soldier, they didn't really have any lasting effects that we could see on the MCU. And it's really ironic. First off, my boy here, Pink Panther, he has the Black Widow tin. I have seen the movie. I'm going again this week with my friend. But that's another video. Black Widow's great. Go watch it. But this is just insane. This is just insane. We have to talk about it. Big Red Reviews. I always come back when you think you need me the most. It's ironic because the same thing with Black Widow. I went into Black Widow with low expectations because she's dead. Right? And I turned out liking it. Not as much as I gave like a 7 or 8, and for reasons that you'll see in my review if I do one. I'm not going to promise one. Loki was another one. When they announced WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and Loki, I'll admit it, I was least hyped for Loki because he's dead. He got killed by Thanos in Infinity War. I mean, right there. That's been up there for years. If you guys need to see that video, go watch it. I'm going to make an updated one later in Phase 4. But, I mean, he's dead. I thought it was just going to be like a little story, and boy was I wrong. It turned out to be my favorite show out of the 3 by a landslide. Some of my favorite Marvel things in general. I love now that we're I think Marvel, if it ended at Infinity Saga, if it ended at Endgame, would I have been content? Yes. But now they're continuing, and they can just do whatever the fuck they want. They can do the multiverse. They can do all this shit, and they know it's going to rack in money. It's not like Iron Man 1 where they didn't know if they were going to have viewers. Well, it kind of is like Iron Man 1 in a sense, because they didn't know they were going to have viewers, so I guess you can look on it glass half full type thing. And they didn't know they were going to have viewers, so they just went all out with it, right? Something kind of like this, I guess. Anyways, I can't try to avoid spoilers anymore. We're going to get straight into it. Loki, I haven't talked about any of the other episodes. Great show. I love the cast. I love the action. I love the story. I love the mystery. It's just fucking great, okay? I'm going to start cussing. It's great. Yeah, my friends who have seen these videos before, they know I'm about to get super nerdy. To people who are new, I'm about to get super nerdy. To my friends that I've been hanging out with recently, that haven't really seen this side of me because Marvel's been dead lately, I'm about to get nerdy. To the person I like, I'm about to get nerdy, even though you're probably not watching this. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it out rip. Kang the fucking Conqueror is in the MCU. I thought those words would never leave my mouth, right? I'm just so excited. I really am. It's so hard to think of words. I'm just so excited. I know you're supposed to have a script, but this episode, everyone was just having theories up the ass. They're talking about it's a Loki, and I'm so glad it wasn't just a Loki. Like I love the whole Loki premises. I love seeing the other Lokis, but after a while, it gets fucking kind of, I was like, I'm tired of seeing Lokis. I get it. There's fucking 1,000 Lokis in the fucking universe, right? I'm so glad it wasn't that. And they, 5 minutes in the episode, you see Kang, and they don't say Kang. They never say the word Kang, but it's Jonathan Majors, and Jonathan Majors was cast as Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3, and his story lines up perfectly. If you guys don't know, I don't know much about Kang, but for the people who don't know, because I have some friends that do ask me about certain Marvel things, I like to answer them here. Kang, from in the episode, is basically he's a guy who was in like 3100s, and he basically starts ruling time. Like he can go throughout. Now in the show they explain it that he met all his other selves in different time periods, and they had peace. But then one wanted to rule the galaxy. They had a multiversal war, which is, I think, the first time they say the word multiverse in the MCU. Don't quote me on that, but that's big. As you know, they've been teasing multiverse. I mean, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man's gonna be multiverse shit. Even if the other Spider-Man aren't in it, which is, I'm 99% sure the other Spider-Man are in it. You still have Doc Ock in it, which is they're gonna have to explain that somehow, multiverse. And WandaVision, I wouldn't count WandaVision. I mean, I think they do mention the multiverse in WandaVision because she's that powerful, but they don't go into it. Like they don't confirm it almost. So yeah, so he's basically a time god, and it's, oh man. So Jonathan, it's not even really gonna be about Loki, in a sense. It's gonna be more about like just the future of the MCU. I mean, this is huge. King the Conqueror is gonna be our next Thanos. Hands down, he's gonna be our next Thanos. I'm shocked they showed him so early. I mean, we did have one movie and 2 TV shows in the Phase 4, but I mean, Thanos didn't show up to the first Avengers. They're off rip. I mean, we're showing King the Conqueror. There's no way in hell I will sell my soul to the devil if they kill Kang in Ant-Man 3. I love the Ant-Man movies more than most people. They're not going to kill King the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3. This is going to be an Avengers level threat, and this is what's going to lead into Avengers 5. Will they kill him into Avengers 5? Maybe, but that's years from now. It's like 2024 type thing. I when the door opened, I was like, here we go. Because in the trailer, you see Loki on the throne, and I'm like, fuck, here we go. That wasn't even in the fucking show, which I guess we should understand by now because Marvel loves putting those. I mean, the one in Infinity War Endgame, like half of Endgame's fucking trailer was fake. So the door opens, and it's just him. I forgot his damn name. In the comics, whatever his name is, I'll put it on the screen here. It's not King the Conqueror, but it's something else. He's there, and he's not wearing. You don't see his costume, which I think we'll see in Ant-Man 3. But you're there, and Jonathan Majors kills this fucking role, and he's not even a super villain. Like, he's not even like killing people. He's just talking. And I'm just so hyped they cast him. I know he's a great ass actor, and I'm just so glad. Like, this solidified me on Kang. And if they keep it up, there's a chance it could be bigger than Thanos. The only thing that they'd have to do with this is make us feel, and I guess every villain doesn't need like to have like, the pity thing, but I just feel like it works so much better. Like Killmonger, you felt for him. You understood why he was doing this. Thanos, that's why Thanos worked. That's why it worked exactly, is because you feel bad for him. He went through that, and you kind of feel bad for him. And I know a lot of people that actually took his side to an extent. But then you have people, this is going to be a quick divulge, like Darkseid from DC, who are just pure evil. But like I said, like not every villain has to do that. But they're like Darkseid is just pure evil, and it works. It works for Darkseid. I mean, in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it worked. But for King the Conqueror, I just feel like, especially since he's human, I feel like human characters especially you really need to empathize with. And I think they're going to go into that in Ant-Man 3 and probably all these other movies. Jonathan Majors, man, keep killing it. You're great. Not going to see this, but you know what I mean. Marvel was just, it's insane how it's been, 13 years of Marvel now, and they still can surprise me. I mean, the end credit scene of Black Widow made me gasp in theaters, and everyone in the theater gasped. And that was the last thing I was expecting. All the show, now, there is a Loki season 2. I'm going to say that outright. In the end credit, there's no end credit scene. Shocker. I thought we were going to see his costume, but the only thing we see is that, like, someone stamps a paper. It says Loki will return in season 2. So all the rumors and leaks are true. There is going to be a season 2, because this show leaves off on a fat-ass like, the fattest of cliffhangers. And I compare it to when The Walking Dead had Negan introduced and kill someone off screen, and we had to wait, 6 months? Or when Hank found out Walt Heisenberg and they had to wait a year. I didn't have to go through that, but I know people had to wait a year, and that is insane. Me waiting a week for these episodes to come out. That's where Loki differs. Like, WandaVision, I feel like there's only like 2 episodes where the wait in between was like excruciating. Falcon Winter Soldier, I honestly never really got the oh my god, I can't wait till next week thing, because, you know, I don't know, I just feel like the stakes weren't high enough. I didn't like the villain either. The villain really sucked. I think that's one of Marvel's worst villains, is the Carly girl. But WandaVision, yeah, but this, I mean, almost every episode of Loki, like, I literally could not wait. I was in Treasure Island in a condo by myself on the beach during a hurricane watching episode 5, and my biggest worry was, how am I going to survive a week to watch the finale? Like, it's going to be forever wait. But man, I can't wait for season 2. Mobius is such a good character, and the only disappointment I have is we didn't see him ride a fucking jet ski. It's funny because I'm in the middle of buying a jet ski right now, and I relate to that man a lot. All he wants to do is ride his jet ski and be in the ocean or lake and have a great time, right? We better see that in season 2. I don't care if they kill him. I mean, I want him to survive, but come on. Sylvie was also a great character. I'm kind of torn on, I know there's videos all over the place. I'm just rambling. I'm kind of torn on their love story, though, because I get it. Like, they have affection towards each other, but they're also, like, the same person. And the director said that, like, it's not going to be like that, and that he's basically learning to self-love. But then they kiss in this episode, which is weird. But, man, I was reading Twitter, a lot of Sylvie stans are kind of pissed because she just turned. And if you think about it, Sylvie, so this is the big revelation besides King the Conqueror. The multiverse is officially broken. They've been teasing it in WandaVision. We thought Wanda was going to be the one to break it. We thought it was going to break in Doctor Strange. It broke in Loki, of all fucking places. And this is why I'm telling my friends it's so damn important to watch these shows. There's a character from Falcon Winter Soldier that's in the Black Widow end credit scene, and my friend who was with me didn't watch Falcon Winter Soldier. He had no idea who that was. I had to explain it to him. I'm like, they're not fucking around with these TV shows. It's not like Daredevil, where there's almost no mention of the MCU, and now it's not canon. These shows are just as important, sometimes even more important than the fucking movies. I mean, I think Loki's more important than Black Widow. I mean, the Black Widow movie was good. This show broke the fucking multiverse and introduced the next big villain of Marvel. If you told me they were going to break the multiverse in the MCU, I would expect the Spider-Man movie or Doctor Strange or WandaVision. Not Loki, a guy who got killed 3 years ago. Wouldn't expect it. But Kevin Feige is such a fucking legend. That's why. Also, the intro Marvel credits where you heard all the things. I heard my boy Chadwick Boseman. That was so sad. I miss that man so much. I wish he was here. I was really looking forward to Black Panther 2, and I just love seeing him as T'Challa, but hopefully he's up there watching down. He's with Stan Lee just chilling. But, I mean, yeah, so Sylvie basically fucks everything, if you think about it. Now, this is going to be interesting, because we don't know what happened to her. We don't know what happened to the head girl of the TVA. She just walks through a thing. She doesn't prune Mobius, which is interesting. So in the comics, that character, and Natalia, if you're watching this, you mentioned it. Your brother mentioned about the comics. In the comics, she is dating King the Conqueror. So there's all these little time, like, it wasn't like a Mobius thing. It wasn't like it wasn't like how we were with Mephisto. Like, just, oh my god, there's a fly. He's a fly in the comics. No, they were literally setting this up. Like, she is related to him in the comics. The building in episode 5 wasn't the Avengers Tower. It was the tower that Kang worked for. I'm just gonna call him Kang. I forgot his human name or whatever. I don't know if Kang is in there or not. Yeah, so basically Sylvie kills him, and it's crazy because I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He says, you guys can take over and the timeline will be okay, or you can kill me and I run, and then I will take over all these timelines or something like that. And like, so obviously at the end, I guess he's telling the truth because she kills him, and it's the camera work. It zooms out, and you see the timeline, the branches, and you think they're going to start retracting. Like, that's like a typical, like, oh, we won. They just start going, and they start going crazy, and you see Mobius, and I think it's B-15 is her name. We never really got her name. They're looking at it, and it's there. Multiverse is now open, and this is going to lead right into Doctor Strange 2. And people, I'll make a message for it at the beginning of the video about whatever. So now it's interesting, and he's so badass. I mean, he gets stabbed. He's like, see you soon. He winks, and he just dies. I cannot wait to see more of Kang. I mean, it's hard for me to get into villains. Like, Marvel's been pretty good the past couple years with villains, like Thanos and Killmonger especially. But besides those two, like, usually villains are just like, oh, they're dead. I mean, Kang, we haven't even seen him in his costume. We haven't seen his weapons or whatever. We haven't seen his full power. It's just him as a human talking to the two Lokis, and I'm so invested in it, and I can't wait to see what they do. It's gonna be so interesting to see how the Avengers eventually beat him, because this is an Avengers level threat. Okay, Galactus is probably not gonna be until like Phase 5 or 6. So I was wrong there, because I think in one of my old videos I said Galactus is the next big bad of the MCU. They're gonna do Kang the Conqueror, and then they're gonna do Galactus. I feel like. I don't think Kang is going to be around for 3 phases. I think they only did that for Marvel because they were building all these things. I think Kang's going to be 1-2 phases at most, and then they're going to move on. I think Galactus will be, I think they're going to keep doing like 1 or 2 phase things. Like but they're going to show him in every movie. Like Thanos was only shown the first 2 Avengers movies in Guardians, and then he was in Infinity War and Endgame. I think Kang's in Loki. He's in Ant-Man already. That's 2. In 1 phase. So I think he's going to be in multiple things. I think he will briefly show up in Doctor Strange also. And I think this leads straight into Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's not confirmed to have... it's not confirmed to have Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, but with leaks and reports this prevalent for the past year and a half straight nonstop, I think something has to happen. Even if we see them for 3 seconds together, I think they're in the movie. Doc Ock's confirmed. Some of the characters from these other damn multiverses are confirmed, and it's insane. And I think this is going to lead right into there. And I don't know. I mean, I went into this video wanting to just review the episode, but it's just much more than that, because this episode's a setup. Where are all the characters at right now? Loki goes up to Mobius, and it took me a second to realize Mobius doesn't know who Loki is. So my theory is that when Sylvie kicked him into a portal out of Kang's house, I think she sent him to, because it already passed the bridge of like no return. Like he starts flipping out. He's Kang, and he's like, I don't know